Do you like movies? Well, you've entered the zone for movies. Movie Zone! do the whole episode like the movie film guy? Let's do that, okay? We can do that. I think I can hold the voice for that long. Let's go. This is 4 movies, where I'll be discussing 4 movies that have something in common. But what they have in common, I know. But do you? If you do, say it before the end of the video. If you don't, stay till the end of the video. I'll tell you. And we'll do this. Let's go. As a movie film guy, in 1, 2, 3. Welcome to 4 movies. Our first movie is Running Scared. If you haven't seen Running Scared, it's phenomenal and disturbing. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. This movie is about a character who is an undercover police officer and has hidden a gun, but a child, his child, got that gun and gave it to a friend or something or another like that. And then that gun went on an adventure and he has to find the gun or he's dead. So he needs to do it and he is running scared. Not to be confused with the 80s movie starring Billy Crystal and Gregory Peck. Not Gregory Peck. Not, yes, maybe, yes, I think maybe Gregory Peck. I think I got that right. But anyways, Running Scared, directed by Peter Haves. That is a different movie. This movie is Running Scared, the other one. Action-packed and disturbing. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Our second movie, Joyride. A ride of joy turned terrifying. Playing at 3:33 at your local cinema. This movie is about 2 guys who are playing on a CB radio. They're taking a cross-country trip and playing on a CB radio until it goes awry because they make a joke and somebody plays along, but the person that they joked on was not the person to be joked with. A phenomenal film. Fun, entertaining, exciting, a thriller to thrill. Our third movie, boom! Tales from the Crypt presents Bordello of Blood. A film like no other, except for the other Tales from the Crypt presents movie. But this is not the better sequel, but it is another movie in the entries of Tales from the Crypt movies, based on the series Tales from the Crypt, starring the Crypt Keeper. And then this story is about a vampire named Lily, and perhaps has one of the most funniest go-to lines in a movie that I would like to use often, but never have a chance to, where Dennis Miller is sitting there saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry," and then Lilith, the villain, looks at him with serious eyes and says, "I will grind your bowls into guacamole." Yeah, I'm gonna roll with that. This movie is fun, corny, excessively nude, and has one of the best character actors in there. Don't know his name. He's not a super famous character actor, but he is a character actor in this and steals the show, telling people about the best darn place in the whole darn world where you can get the best. This movie is fun, exciting, and didn't make as much money as they thought it would. It was definitely not as great a movie as Tales from the Crypt presents Demon Knight. Their first movie, their fun movie, their movie worth watching. But what is your favorite Tales from the Crypt episode? What is your favorite Tales from the Crypt movie? Do you know they had 3? They had Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight, Tales from the Crypt, Bordello of Blood and Tales from the Crypt, The Ritual. But they kind of did not double down on the Tales from the Crypt part on that one, and they kind of kept it to the side in the corner. But whatever. Now, we are on to our fourth and final movie. A movie that no one has seen. A movie that is very underrated. A movie that they only look at in the dirt. A movie that no one's ever heard of, called Goonies. It was very, very under the radar. I am joking, of course. Please understand. The Goonies is definitely not slept on. The Goonies is a cultural icon. I don't know if that's true, but it sounds correct. Everyone enjoyed The Goonies. It was a childhood film. It was directed by Richard Donner, who also directed the Lethal Weapon series, and also directed that Twilight Zone episode with William Shatner, where there's a gremlin on the side of the plane. That's right. That's true. Look it up. Also, this was written by Chris Columbus, who also wrote Gremlins, and also wrote Home Alone, and also directed a few movies also. Phenomenal. And executive producer Steven Spielberg, who Steven Spielberg, if he wasn't directing great movies, was producing everything, which is great because he's got an eye for the greatness. And this movie does fit that category, where a group of teens, not teens, are they teens? They look a little young to be teens. They might be teens, maybe just starting to be teens, young teens, basically, during the summer, get into an adventure where they find pirate treasure of One-Eyed Willie, which is getting older, kind of hard to watch because it's funny, because, like, not hard in general, but, like, funny because they keep on mentioning One-Eyed Willie. Anyways, what do these movies have in common? And I'm really looking forward to anything that Data, the guy that plays Data, is in now, because he's come back into the fold, and he did Everything Everywhere All at Once, and then he also did Love Hurts, and I'm looking forward to anything he does because of the fact that he just is awesome, and the movies that he's done have not been bad, so that's cool. Anyways, what do these movies have in common? I'm about to tell you right now, as the Movie Phone Voice Guy. Running Scared and Joyride both star the late great Paul Walker, who is no longer with us and died neither fast, well, definitely fast, but not furious. He was in a good place. Unfortunately, till he wasn't. And he made a good career in movies. I wish he would have done more, but life got in the way, if you will. Paul Walker was in Running Scared and Joyride. Also, Steve Zahn and Lily Swarbeski were also in Joyride. Steve Zahn and Lily Swarbeski do the commentary, which is pretty fun because Steve Zahn is a funny guy. Bordello of Blood. Now, our next two movies, Bordello of Blood and The Goonies. What do they have in common? The answer is Corey Feldman. Corey Feldman? That's right. Corey Feldman is in both of these movies. Bordello of Blood was supposed to be Corey Feldman's comeback, but it did not hit as hard as they thought it was going to. So Corey Feldman was a child actor and never really grew out of being a child actor, child star. More or less, he had his time as a child star, and that's what he got. I think he always wanted to be in the limelight and tried way too hard to be in the limelight instead of just enjoying being who he was. I don't know. Can't be 100% sure. Don't know the guy, intimately. But from what he's done, it kind of reads that way. Nonetheless, that's what these movies have in common. And these movies are good. If you've watched this far, and you notice that I'm doing the Movie Phone Voice Guy, still, thanks. I don't break character to the commentary. It is not true, because I won't do a commentary to these. Maybe later down the road, that could be an idea. But, thank you so much for watching. If you watched this far, you're awesome. Straight awesome! And I am an artist and physical media collector who will be making a video a day till I get a silver play button or a gold play button if I'm lucky, or if I run out of physical media to show you. But I do have an immense physical media collection, and I'm so glad that you've watched this far. Thank you so much for watching, and tune in tomorrow.
Oh, wow.